Hello, everyone, and welcome to the webinar. Vendio is pleased to have the opportunity to present this educational webinar to the Vendio family of merchants. Since 1999, we've helped online sellers succeed by offering innovative tools to help sellers save time and make more money. Recently, we've added SBA support, shared inventory across markets, discounted insurance, and USPS shipping discounts. And we know we offer online merchants the best value in the industry. I'm Crystal Wells, Product Marketing at Vendio, and today we have with us Lisa Satora. Lisa is an e-commerce marketing strategist who helps online merchants to clearly define the right products and marketing strategies for business expansion. Since 2004, as founder and CEO of What Do I Sell and Lisa Satora International, Lisa's worked with entrepreneurs in 7 countries and over 2,500 niche markets to build thriving online businesses. Today, Lisa's here to present Smart Sourcing, Dynamic Product Selection for Your Business Expansion. Lisa's presentation will be about 40 minutes long, leaving plenty of time for questions. If you do have a question, please type it in chat in the question section on your GoToWebinar panel. Thank you, Lisa, for joining us today and sharing your knowledge with our online merchants.
Crystal, thank you so much for that warm welcome, and thank you for inviting me today to talk about what is really one of the most important topics for every online merchant, and that is sourcing in-demand products that the buyers want. So I'm really excited to share some tips and strategies for people today so that they can grow their business through excellent product selection. Today we are going to talk about growing your business through product line expansion. And we're going to do that by first talking about how product selection actually drives your business expansion. Your product line is the engine of your business, and if your product line is not on track, your sales will not be on track. We're also going to talk about what online buyers want, because today's online consumer is very sophisticated, and as online merchants, we need to stay a few steps ahead of them so that we always can anticipate what they'll want to buy next. We're going to talk about selecting the right products for Amazon, eBay, and your website. Not all marketplaces or sales venues are created equal, and your sourcing strategies are going to be different for each venue. I'm going to share with you 2 deadly sourcing sins, and these are so common. I work with online merchants of all sizes, up to, from startups to people who are generating $8 million in revenue per year. And these 2 things that we're going to talk about today, unfortunately, it's human nature, but when you recognize them in yourself, you're going to be able to make a dramatic change in your sourcing. We're going to talk about tapping into product trends for business expansion, how to know what's up and what's coming, and then some concrete steps for sourcing new products, including an action assignment. I always like to end all of my webinars with a very simple action assignment so that you can take action immediately on what you've learned in this webinar. So no matter what you sell, where you sell it, or how you source it, whether you're sourcing wholesale, arbitrage sourcing, maybe you're importing, maybe you manufacture your own products. As competition heats up online, the money is in the sourcing. The better you can source for your online business, the more profitable you will be, and the more sales you'll be able to generate. There's so much competition now in this lucrative e-commerce market that what really can differentiate your business from the next is your ability to really source the high octane products. And we're going to talk about how to do that today. One of the things that's changed over the years in e-commerce and in retail in general is we are in an accelerated product cycle. And this is one of the most important graphs that you'll probably ever see that relates to your business. What happens here is in this lower right-hand quadrant, when a new product is introduced into the marketplace, initially you'll see low sales volume, but because you don't have a lot of competition, you're getting some high profit margin on those products. As consumer awareness of a product increases, you are still in a high margin quadrant, but you're also selling a lot. Now, this of course is the area that we all want to be in. We want to sell high sales volume products and high margin products. What happens though is many sellers who are not sourcing optimally end up over here in mass product sales. This is where you start to see your margins decrease because there's a lot of competition, or maybe demand has softened. And even though you might be selling a lot of products, you're not making much money on each product that you sell. Well, from there, things only go downhill when a product truly becomes a commodity and everybody's selling it. There's practically no margin, and what's even worse is the demand for the product softens, and so there's low sales volume. So what I'm going to show you today is how to source products that are going to keep you in this quadrant here, starting in the bottom corner quadrant, going up here to the high margin, high profit quadrant, and to get out of the products when you are in the low margin and low sales volume part of the product cycle. So the bottom line is, if you want to make more money in your online business this year, you're going to need to make sourcing a priority. A lot of people spend much too much time in the operations part of their business, things that they could be outsourcing. But as CEO of your company, you are the expert in what you sell and who your target market is. So one of the things I want to start by having everyone think about, how many hours per week right now do you spend on product sourcing? Is this something you do once a quarter, once a month, or when you realize you need to bring in new products? How many hours do you spend doing market research, finding out what's changing in the market that you sell to, finding out what new products are coming into the market? How many hours per week do you spend looking for pockets of opportunity, finding new ideas for products to sell, or maybe expanding your sourcing channels? Now, one of the rules of thumb that you have to keep in mind is to really have a healthy, thriving business. You always have to have at least 20 new products in the pipeline. And what that means is that at any given time, if I were to sit down and do consulting with you and say, all right, what's your vision for the products that you're going to bring in over the next 90 days? You should be able to give me at least 20 different product ideas that you've researched, that you're ready to pull the trigger on and order from your supplier and bring in to your online store to test market, to start building that product line. So we're all time-strapped entrepreneurs here, and it's not about adding more to your plate. It's about reallocating the time that you spend now, maybe shipping or doing less valuable tasks for you as a CEO, reallocating that time spent doing other things to sourcing. My goal for the end of this presentation is for you to expand your vision for what you can sell and to know exactly what your next steps are in finding what your next best-selling products are. And it all starts with understanding, what do today's online buyers want? Because they are a very, very diverse group of buyers. Today's consumers are hungry to buy the latest and greatest. They are extremely sophisticated in their product knowledge because the internet has turned them into product experts. So they're out there researching new products. They're figuring out what's new. They're figuring out what the latest styles, colors, brands, designs are. They can see a new product, and within days, these product sales will start trending upwards. So as online merchants, it's really important to know that if you don't stay ahead of that curve in knowing what consumers want to buy, what's going to happen is they're going to come to Amazon, eBay, or to Google, and they're going to search for a product. You may not even be aware that this product exists. It's not in your inventory. You don't even know that it's being manufactured, and the sale is going to go to the online merchant, who is the person who's out there spending that time sourcing, spending that time doing market research, and really is staying ahead of what the people want to buy. So I'm going to show you how you can easily stay ahead of this curve and not only spot where those pockets of opportunity are, but anticipate what people will buy next. The goal is to keep your finger on the pulse of what today's buyers are shopping for. No matter what you sell, no matter where you sell it, there are trends in every single product category that's being sold on the internet. I don't care if it's bathroom fixtures, fashion, even food. There's trends in the types of food that people will buy online. So who is today's online shopper? Well, we know some things about them. We know that the heaviest online shoppers make $75,000 or more per year. In fact, the fastest growing group of online shoppers and those who spend the most money have a household income of $100,000 or more per year. We also know that right now, the group that spends the most money, has the most discretionary income and spends it online, is the age 45 to 54-year-old group. But what are they looking for? There's a myth out there that they're only shopping on the internet for price. And that, in fact, is not true. Online shoppers come to the internet because 75% of them are looking for selection. They want to find the products that they cannot find locally in their brick and mortar store. So as online merchants, if we are able to provide them with this product selection, when they come looking, we're going to have that offered to them on Amazon, on eBay, from your website, wherever it is that you sell. 71% have to come to the internet to buy because those products are only available online. So if you're sourcing products that are easily available to consumers in brick and mortar stores, you're missing the boat because people can get those products locally. The goal is to find the products, the depth of inventory, go vertical in a category, and get products that are not easily available. They like to compare features. Makes sense. It's easy to do on the internet. And absolutely 57% of them are coming to look for great deals. But the number one thing that they're looking for is broader selection. Now, we also have global customers who are coming to shop here on Amazon.com, eBay, etc. every single day. In fact, global e-commerce represents the biggest growth in online shopping that we're seeing at the moment. And so sourcing products for a global customer base, in addition to looking for diversity for a local customer base, opens up a world of opportunity for your online business. So we have these people coming, they're looking for variety, they're looking for selection, they want things that they can't find anywhere else. We have global customers looking for products. The question is, how are you going to capitalize on this? Because every single person listening to this webinar has a different vision for their business. So as we go through this presentation today, I want you to really start thinking about what resonates with me and with what I'm doing in my business, and what am I going to take away and implement today so I can start capitalizing on this opportunity. To do that, we need to start talking about sourcing the right products for Amazon, eBay, and your website, because all those channels are not created equal. You have to have a merchandise to marketplace match, because what sells well or profitably in one channel may not sell well on all channels. You may have inventory that does great on Amazon. You're a multi-channel seller. You're using Vendio. You are also trying to sell that product on eBay, but that product is not doing as well on eBay. Conversely, you may have products that can't be sold on Amazon, that can only be sold on eBay, and you have a super thriving product category over there on eBay that's doing very well. So when you're sourcing, the number one thing you need to think about, especially if you're a multi-channel seller, is, do I have a merchandise to marketplace match? Does a product that I'm thinking about expanding my business with, is that going to sell well on the channel that I want to sell it in? So each of you should identify what your primary sales channel is. Some of you might be single channel, thinking about expanding into multiple channels. Multi-channel selling is a phenomenal thing because it makes your products be able to do double or triple duty. But when you're sourcing, you need to really identify, what is the channel that I primarily am looking to sell this product in, so that you can do your product research in that channel and make sure that your profit margins are there, that demand is there, and that there's the customer base there that you want to sell to. Now, one of the questions I get asked the most is, well, if I'm going to expand my product line, should I niche it out, or can I just kind of be a generalist, be a jack of all trades? And again, it depends on what channel you're selling in. If you sell on Amazon, the beauty of the Amazon model is it's not necessary to sell in a niche. Amazon is, you are acting for Amazon as a product supplier to the marketplace, right? Amazon owns the customer. So under one ID, you can sell in the food category, you can sell in the toy category, you can sell in the scientific instruments category, and you can have that all selling under one ID, and it's essentially transparent to the customer, because in the customer's mind, even though they're buying from a third-party merchant, they're really buying from Amazon. So this gives you tremendous opportunity on Amazon to be really nimble, to move in and out of niches, in and out of product categories. You can get in on the product page, do really well for 6 months, and when that opportunity is gone, you can move on to something else. Now, long term, if you're selling on Amazon, it's very, very wise to have a specialty in one niche area. This is really going to help your sourcing because you can leverage your knowledge in that niche to source deeply and go vertical in that product category. But you still have the opportunity to sell a whole bunch of everything else. So the model that I recommend for Amazon sellers is, yes, look to develop a specialty, something that can be a single stream of income, but don't limit yourself on Amazon. Sell whatever it is that you can sell that sells quickly and profitably on Amazon. Now, eBay, because you can brand your business, you have the opportunity to really build a following and build a brand around a particular line of products. So on eBay, even though you can be a jack of all trades and sell a variety of things, maybe you're a deal scout, you love to find great deals, you also, if you are trying to build a business in a niche, have an opportunity to brand your store, you have an opportunity to solicit repeat business, and so eBay lends itself very nicely to a niche. If you have a website, a niche is absolutely necessary because the marketplaces siphon so much traffic off of websites these days. People like to go to Amazon, use one-click shopping, they'll use their eBay mobile app. You have to have a really compelling niche website in order to be able to, number one, market it, and number two, resonate with such a highly focused, passionate group of customers that they're going to come specifically to your website, not only because of the products that you sell, but because of the content, the service, the added value that you offer in your website. So when you're thinking about your sourcing, you must think about where it is that you sell, and that's going to help you figure out, well, what products am I going to source next? So if you're sourcing for Amazon, Amazon has publicly come out and said, we look to our sellers to know their categories and bring in-demand products to the marketplace. They want to be Earth's biggest selection. They're looking to third-party merchants who now represent 40% of all Amazon sales to supply that marketplace with products. So your goal for Amazon is to look at high-quality, in-demand products. Now, does that necessarily mean the latest and greatest, hottest, coolest product? No, not at all. There are evergreen products that people use every single day, whether it's cleaning supplies or whether it's some type of fixture for the household. These are the things that are your basic products that there's tons of pockets of opportunity on Amazon that are not yet represented by third-party merchants or Amazon. Yes, Amazon wants popular products. During the holiday season, they want third-party merchants to find the it toys. They want, if you're approved to sell in the clothing category, they want you to bring in the fashions that are really popular. They don't want stuff that's going to sit there on the shelf. But there's also many, many mundane products, whether it's some type of skin cream or whether it's a fixture for, or it's an auto part that sell every single day, every hour of the day on Amazon. So the potential is there to sell a wide variety of products. Products new to the marketplace. These are products that have not yet been introduced to the marketplace, things that you might find at trade shows or with your suppliers every time they introduce a new product. This is a huge opportunity for you on Amazon because Amazon is looking for third-party merchants to actually introduce new products as they are manufactured and come into the marketplace. They want you to source those products, to create a product page, and to be a leader, to be the first person who brings that product to Amazon. And one of the things that I want to say about new to the marketplace products is a lot of people shy away from them because they don't have a sales history. But here's the thing. If you're willing to take 10, 15, 20% of your inventory and invest that inventory capital into products that are just now being introduced, you will be able to get in there and get the sales and the profits first before everybody else. Don't shy away from new to marketplace products, because sometimes it will take a little bit longer to source them, but you can absolutely make a lot of money and get in, get your share of the pie, and move on to the next thing when all the competition comes behind you and says, hey, look, that's selling. I'm going to sell that too. Now, if you're on eBay, this is just an example of the types of products that you can sell both on eBay and on your website. You know, we've got our product line staples. These are the core meat and potato products that you sell on a regular basis, but you can also cross-sell them. If you sell cameras, you can cross-sell to a camera case. You can upsell people. If you sell a set of sheets that is 300 thread count sheets, you can upsell them to a higher level, a more expensive version, a higher quality sheet set. Sometimes you're just doing advertising products, so what we call loss leaders, just to get people into your eBay store so they're going to look around and see what you have. Seasonal products, huge opportunity to increase your product line. There are so many seasonal products, and no, I'm not talking Christmas and Halloween. I'm talking snow season, water sports season products, graduation, wedding season. Seasonal products are a huge opportunity for you to expand your product line. Same with multi-level, having different levels of products so that your customer can come to your website, can come to your eBay store and say, you know, I think I don't want to buy the entry-level product. I want to buy the mid-level product, and maybe I'm going to come back and upgrade to the expensive product later. Even fad products and impulse buys, these are opportunities to increase your sales with an additional channel. Fill-in products and test products, these are products that, especially new and test products, that we're going to talk about a lot today, because this right here is how you're going to really expand your product line and minimize the risk of money that you're investing. So this product line wheel gives you an idea of where opportunities are when you're looking at different products. And what I recommend is that when you're looking at sourcing products for eBay or for your website, you look at this product line wheel and say, okay, where does this product fit? Now, how do you figure out though, okay, where am I today versus where I want to go? Well, it's actually very simple, and that is you always want to start with sourcing by expanding on what's working. So many people try to venture out and get out of their category and get into new products, but they have not exploited the category that they're selling in. So the first thing you want to do is you want to review product sales from the previous year. So what are your proven products? Now, proven products are products that sell regularly, they sell for the price point that you want them to sell, and they sell at the profit margins that you want to get out of the products. Those are what I call proven products. If you look at the top 20% of your best-selling inventory for the previous quarter, for the previous 6 months, for the previous year, and you make a list of those products, this is going to be your first point of expansion. Because as I'm about to show you in a minute, there's at least, for every successful product that you have, there's at least 10 other products or product lines that you can sell to that same customer that are very similar to what you're already selling, that will allow you to easily expand your product line. So some of the things you want to think about when you're looking at these proven products. What are some of the new styles? So maybe last year you sold a certain type of toy, did very, very well. This year there's a new version of this toy coming out, same manufacturer, but they've made some changes and they've updated. That's an easy add to your product line. Why? Because you already know that particular, well, now the company has gone back, they've done their research, they know what they need to do to make it the next hot product. So it's an easy switch to this new style. Same thing with new colors, new versions. These are all easy ways to expand your product line. Now, getting into different brands, that's another easy way to expand your product line, because anytime a product does well, other manufacturers are always going to try and get their version of that successful product out there. Nobody wants to be first in manufacturing. The one that puts all the money into research and development and puts the product out there and hopes that it flies, they're the courageous ones. They're the ones that venture out to do it. Then all of these other manufacturers say, ooh, that worked. Okay, we're going to make our version now. So another easy way to expand your product line is to look for different brands of the same type of product that you're already doing well with. So maybe last year you did great with a certain type of portable grill, and you know that this style grill is very popular. I can guarantee you that a year later, you're going to find new manufacturers, new brands with similar grills, but that have slightly different features or maybe improved features. So you're not jumping all over the place looking for a needle in a haystack. This is a very methodical method to expanding your product line. Complementary products. So if you sell the grill, what's new this year? So are there digital thermometers that are new? Are there timers that are new? What are products that would complement what you're already selling? You're already familiar with that category. So what other things are now on the market that fit with those successful products that you're already selling? Products that are targeted at a new but closely related market. For example, getting back to the grill that you sold very well last year, the outdoor grill. You could stick just with outdoor cooking products, or you could say, well, I did well with the outdoor cooking products, and I'm going to look where I'm going to expand there. But I'm also going to look at what other types of products are related to what we call the outdoor living trend. And this is a trend where people are really moving their living outside during the nice weather. There's all sorts of products, whether it's furniture or lighting or heaters or even electronics. That's all part of the outdoor living trend. Now, why would you want to do that? Because if you already are dealing in outdoor products, the easiest way to expand your customer base or to market to existing customers is to sell something that they want to buy in addition to something that they already bought from you. Now, if you're on Amazon, even though you're not going to be upselling and cross-selling your customers, this process of expanding on what's working still works the same way. So even though you're not going to be able to email a customer list from Amazon and say, hey, customer, thank you, valued customer, you bought our grill last year, and now this year we've got some really cool accessories to go with that grill. You can't do that because Amazon owns the customer. You can't contact them, but Amazon does that kind of marketing for you. So one of the things that Amazon does is if you sell a grill and you sell accessories on Amazon's product page, they will actually put those products together and say, people who bought this also bought this, or people who viewed this product also viewed this product. Well, if you have these compatible products in stock, your product has the opportunity to be cross-marketed by Amazon on their product page and in their email marketing. So there's many, many ways to expand your product line. We could talk for several days on this, but this is the easiest and fastest way for anyone to quickly expand, to minimize your risk of going into unknown territory, and to actually expand on those proven products. So here's an example of how this could look. Let's say that you're currently selling refurbished sewing machines on eBay. They're doing really well, but you want to expand your product line. You're also maybe selling some carrying cases and some sewing tables. You've got some sewing tables on eBay. Maybe you want to kind of expand this and you want to get some stuff over to Amazon. How would you do this? Or maybe you've got some software for your sewing machines. And these 4 products are doing pretty well. How do you leverage this? It's very easy to do. So just here are some examples of ways you could expand. You could expand to selling children's sewing machines, sewing machine cabinets, ergonomic sewing chairs, garment steamers, right? People who sew want to steam the garment as they're going along. High-end irons. We need to iron those clothes. Dress forms. Unique buttons and fabric closures. Natural lighting lamps. Fabric and accessory storage systems. So a place to put all of those sewing products. Sewing how-to DVDs. Maybe people want to learn how to sew. Ergonomic support gloves, something that supports people's wrists if they do a lot of sewing and they have the repetitive motion situation. Sewing accessories chests that you can carry with you. Scissor sharpeners, or maybe an electric fabric scissors. Cordless powered fabric scissors, another new product that's on the marketplace. Maybe you're going to venture out in the craft kits market, or maybe you're going to get something and, talk about a unique product, but one that, believe it or not, is in a lot of demand. Maybe you're going to sell a step-down sewing machine voltage converter. This is something that people buy when they're traveling abroad and they want to take their sewing machine with them, or they're moving and they don't want to replace their sewing machine, so they need to have this voltage converter. So for every product that you sell, you can make a list of at least 10 additional product lines or related categories to sell to the same customer base. Now, you might say to me, well, okay, this is a great list, Lisa, but how do I get these ideas? Well, here's the thing. I'm going to show you some specific places to go get these ideas, but I will tell you that this list that I made here, I made this list. I do not sew. I do not know about these products. I frequented what I call an idea hotspot. And I went to a website that sells sewing products to educate myself on all of the new products that are available in the sewing arena. And from there, I made this list. And from this list, I would now go to Amazon or eBay and I would start doing my market research to see if these products are sold there, to see what the demand is for these products. Once I did that, I would start looking to identify some brands that I want to pursue. And then once I've identified specifically what brand of ergonomic sewing chair I want to sell, or what brand of high-end iron that I want to sell, I then would go into the sourcing part of it and try and find the supplier for those products. But you can see that I'm able to do this and I don't know anything about the sewing category. Think about what you can do if you already specialize in a niche, or as you grow into a niche or learn more about a product category, because you're working with these types of products all day long. But what happens is most people, there's opportunities there, but you're not seeing them because you're not thinking about this. I call it the product sourcing mindset. You're not thinking about leveraging all of the products that are available in a particular product category. Now, we're going to talk about why that is in just a minute. But there's another thing you have to do, and that's to think differently about the way you source. Because the thing about sourcing is the more you improve your skills, the better products you'll source. The better products you source, the more money you make. And sourcing is the foundation of your e-commerce business. So this is not a skill that ever gets outdated. It only gets improved. So we're going to go through a couple things right now that actually hinder your sourcing. And I call these the deadly sourcing sins. Now there's actually 4 of them. I'm only going to have time to share 2 with you today. The number one problem when I work with clients and students that I see with sourcing and product line expansion is what I call surface sourcing. So what happens is most people only know about the most common 2 to 10% of products available. So they might sell in the sewing category, but they don't know about all of those other products that are being manufactured that their customers are looking for, that their customers want to buy. If you're only doing surface sourcing, what happens? You tend to source products that are easily found locally, and you're not sourcing the products that people come online for because the products are only available online. So here's the question and the challenge that I'm putting out here to everybody. Do you know all the products that are manufactured in your niche or a particular product category? If the answer is no, here is the golden key to your opportunity to unlock a flood of ideas for new profitable products to sell, is familiarizing yourself with the products, all of them that are available in your niche, or available in your product category. Part of your business should be to learn about at least 10 new products each week, literally making a list of 10 new products, 10 new brands, 10 new styles, 10 new colors, take your pick, of products that you did not know last week even were in existence. Now, if you do this, what's going to happen is you're going to start sourcing products that have less competition, that are in demand by your customers because you've done your market research. And right here, where this circle is, you're going to start exploiting that selection. The 75% of people who come to the web looking for selection. So up here, this top 2 to 10%, this is where the big box sellers sell. This is where, the brick and mortars bring their common inventory onto the web. This is where people who don't really understand how to do good sourcing, they're sourcing these products. Now, you're always going to have some inventory up here. But where you want to get to is where you're just below that 2 to 10% and you're not doing surface sourcing. You're bringing in new, interesting products into your store on a regular basis. And for those of you, and I hear this a lot, people say, Lisa, I found this product to sell, but there's just not enough margin in it. That is a sure sign that you are surface sourcing. So if you run into that, do this. Learn about 10 new products each week. I guarantee you will start to find products that do not have that excessive competition. Now, the second deadly sourcing sin is thinking that you are your customer. And this is the one, I love this. I keynoted the SCO conference, the Amazon Sellers Conference, and a couple other conferences last fall. And I talked about this, and I had people come up to me, multi-million-dollar online merchants come up to me after this presentation and say, when you started to go through these sourcing sins, I thought, I'm not doing any of this stuff. I mean, these guys have multi-million-dollar businesses, right? But then it was like, ooh, she got me there, she got me there, she got me there. This is just human nature, these sourcing sins. And so if you say, oh gosh, she got me, you're in good company, because it's so common. We all do it and we don't realize it. So my question for you is, would you spend $700 on an ice cream maker? Well, if you're anything like the live audiences that I speak to, the overwhelming answer is no way. Well, Amazon customers do. This Muso Lucino ice cream maker actually is a top-selling ice cream maker on Amazon, and it retails for $699. You can see that it has the Amazon bestsellers rank of number 64 in ice cream machines. Now, this ice cream maker was featured in the Wall Street Journal Test Kitchen. This is what I call an idea hotspot. When you're online and you're looking at product reviews, what are people reviewing? What are the products that are featured, whether it's on the Wall Street Journal, whether it's on a HGTV website, whether it's in a magazine? These are the products that your buyers are learning about from the web and that they want to buy. So if you are in the habit of saying, who would ever buy this? This is a big red flag that you are thinking that you are your customer. So there's a difference between saying, I would never buy a $700 ice cream maker. What a waste of money. To understanding that your customers want or need or desire to have a $700 ice cream maker. This is the second biggest limiting factor for online merchants, whether people are new or they're experienced, is putting your personal value judgments on the products that you sell. Now, I'm not suggesting by any means that you sell something illegal or immoral, but if you put a value judgment on who would ever spend $500 for a handbag, you know that you are limiting your sourcing opportunities. So you have to really ask yourself and look around and say, what are people willing to make money or to pay money for? So if you get in a situation where you see a product and you're thinking about sourcing it and you say, Who would ever pay $500 for that? Or I would never spend $300 on a pair of sheets. Or it's something interesting like body jewelry, for example. Why would anyone ever want to buy that? That's a multi-billion-dollar market. Or I can't believe people would spend money on that. That's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Or the dumbest product I've ever seen. If you hear yourself saying that, and I can just hear people smiling and shaking their heads out there in the audience, this is limiting your ability to expand your product line and make more money. So the next time you hear yourself saying that, I want you to stop. I want you to go to your marketplace or your website or Google, and I want you to look and see exactly whether or not people are buying these products. If the answer is, well, my goodness, people are really buying the $700 ice cream maker. Maybe I want to think about selling that ice cream maker, or not necessarily even selling that ice cream maker. I now realize that I could sell much higher end ice cream makers than the one I'm selling for $49. I can make more money, I can have less competition, and there's a market out there for it. So this is the power of realizing that you are not your customer. So these two deadly sourcing sins do limit your sales and your income. If you just nail these two, you will be on your way to sourcing better products and expanding your product line. Because the next thing that you need to do, now that you've stripped away those limiting beliefs, is you need to start looking at, well, where is the market going? How do I tap into trends to source more products that people are going to be looking for? Because here's the thing. We are living in an age of product innovation. Never before in the history of retail have new products entered the market as fast as they do now. New products, just like I showed you in that product cycle chart at the beginning of the webinar, new products are being introduced so quickly, and existing products are becoming obsolete or not in demand so quickly that we are literally in a time where 90 days, 6 months prior, products that are selling today didn't even exist. A great example is all of the tablets that came out for kids this past Christmas. A year before that, there was one tablet. It was the LeapPad, and it was the hottest selling tablet for years and years. And then all of a sudden, these Android tablets came on the marketplace. And the next thing you knew, there was 10 different tablets to choose from. There was a Toys R Us tablet. There was a Kuno tablet. There were all of these tablets. These products didn't even exist the previous Christmas. So when you are sourcing your products, you've got to look at this from the standpoint of not, oh, there's not enough to sell, but there are so many new products coming into the marketplace. I need to keep up on all of this new product innovation. That's how you're going to capitalize on this. Product creativity is at an all-time high. I mean, just a few examples. There's a pregnancy music belly band where you can play music for your baby in utero. A basic water pitcher that now infuses the water with fruit flavor from fresh fruit. And this is one of my favorites, the dog treadmill. Now, this is actually a real product. This is a new product. It's actually being sold on websites. Haven't checked the marketplaces to see if it's there. But, this is new technology. And so these are the types of products. No one gets up in the morning and goes, I think today I'll source a dog treadmill. Because you don't even know it exists. And that's how getting back to, you need to have a list of 10 products each week that you didn't know about the week before. You need to have that list and add to that list on an ongoing basis. Now, I'm going to show you where to find these ideas, because I know people are saying, okay, that's great, but where in the world will I find these ideas? It's very, very easy. And when you realize how easy it is, you're going to be blown away. Another thing that I wanted to share, everyday products. Remember I talked about you don't have to sell the hot, sexy products to make money. So we're seeing so many changes in style and technology added to mundane products. So, we have our basic power strip that everybody's used for years. Well, this is the new power strip. We've got an articulated power strip. We have a lightning bolt power strip, and these did really well. So guess what's happening now? Manufacturers are now coming up with all of these unique styles and designs of power strips. Well, if you know this, pay attention to these clues and start looking for what is the next style in articulated power strips. What is the next style in the basic power strip? That's where you get these ideas for products to sell that aren't filled with competition. Technology-infused products is another huge driver of sales in a way that anyone can expand their product line, because technology right now is the biggest driver of product innovation. So we all know that Furby did very well over the holiday season. Furby was back. He integrated with the iPad. He had LCD eyes. He was not, the Furby that we grew up with, right? He has an app in the Apple Store. So this was not just a fluke. This is a trend in toys that is not going away. Technology-infused products. Here's another one. This is a great product, and we're going to see more of this stuff. This woman, Liz, invented a purse that charges your cell phone. We're seeing all types of cell phone charging devices, things that are solar powered, things that you can just lay your cell phone on it on the desk and it charges your cell phone. These products weren't even around a year ago, some of them. Clothing that charges your cell phone. When I first started talking about this a few years ago, people laughed, and it was like, well, no, this is coming, and now it's commonplace. So these are the types of things that you want to look for, taking a non-technical product and seeing these products that are being integrated with technology. These are signs that this is a product I want to pay attention to. So how do you do this? How do you figure out what to sell, what customers want? You have to do what I call living the product sourcing mindset. You need to live in the world that your buyers live in. You need to read what they're reading. You need to watch what they're watching. You need to hang out where they spend time. And when you do that, you will start to see people talking about the products that they're looking to buy online. So where do you find this information? Well, you find it in a place called Idea Hotspots. And Idea Hotspots is a concept that I came up with, when I was a merchandise buyer originally, first job out of college for JCPenney. Idea Hotspots are an unending source of ideas for products to sell. Anyone can access these. Anyone can get ideas for products to sell. So consumer publications, a great idea hotspot. I call this reading for profit. What are your customers reading every day? Well, they're going to the store and they're buying magazines like Shop Smart. I love this. We tested over 1,000 products to find the 152 top buys in closet organizers, laptops, supplements, vacuums, wines, and more. So if you're interested in selling these products, don't you want to read this magazine to find out what Consumer Reports just now promoted to their millions of readers? Absolutely. This is where your customers are getting their ideas for what they want to buy next. Then they come online to eBay, to Amazon, to Google, and start searching for those products. If you haven't read this magazine and you don't know that, a particular closet organizer has just been reviewed and highly rated by Consumer Reports, you might have a closet organizer that nobody's really looking for because they're all looking for this one, because the media is very powerful in influencing people in what to buy. I love this. If you sell outdoor products, Outside Buyer's Guide, it's so nice of them to do the sourcing work for us, right? They scoured all of the outdoor products and came up with 185 smart buys for under $150. They also feature the year's best gear. If you sell sporting products, outdoor products, camping goods, athletic products, you need to be reading this buyer's guide. They tested 315 products. It's all in there, and this thing costs $9. This is how you find out where the market is going and where your customers are going and with what they want to buy next. Trade publications, also a great resource. They're designed to help all types of retailers source the right products. to find out what people are going to be buying 6, 12, 18 months from now, you want to look at trade publications. There's product reviews, there's new product introductions, there's vendor reviews in there. You can connect with vendors and trade publications. If you're in e-commerce, pick a category and start reading their trade publication. This is like must-do reading. This isn't optional. This is part of running the business. And they're filled with new products. Another new idea hotspot that I love is Pinterest, crowdsourcing your next new hot selling product. Pinterest has literally become a consumer search engine for discovering products. So I'm not going to go through all these here because we're running short on time, but you can go to Pinterest, and I hope each of you are marketing on Pinterest, but that's a whole different webinar. You can go to Pinterest and you can see how many people are commenting, repinning, liking a particular product. You know, if I sell boots and 11,000 people plus repinned this style of boot, and I'm in the footwear category, you can bet I'm going to go to all my supplier catalogs, and I'm going to start seeing what the deal is with these boots and if it's something that I want to be selling. You know, same thing with the baby category. This is a bike stroller. This is a relatively new technology. And, here are a couple of celebrities, Tori Spelling and her husband, pushing their kids in a bike stroller. So people see this, your buyers see this, and a lot of this is being pinned to Pinterest now because Pinterest has become a curated catalog for the best in products. So you should be doing Pinterest sourcing to find out what your buyers who are on Pinterest want to buy. So before we jump to questions here, I know that I've given you a lot of information in terms of how to find ideas for products to sell. But now we need to pull from these lists. We need to pull from the products that you found in idea hotspots, and we need to bring them into your store. So number one, across the board, if you are bringing in a new product in to expand your product line, you want to start with small quantities until it's a proven product. And remember, a proven product is only a proven product when it sells as frequently as you want it to, it sells for the price you want it to, and it has the profit margin that you want to get out of that product. So don't go order a huge quantity of new product. Order small quantities, whether that's a minimum order, or in many cases, your best line of attack is to actually buy a couple units, whether you buy them at retail, or maybe you can find them on sale somewhere. Bring them to Amazon, bring them to eBay, bring them to your website, and see if they sell. Best case scenario, they sell and you make a profit. But even if you break even on that product, if they sell quickly and at the price you want them to sell for, then you can go and you can start looking for a supplier to purchase those products at wholesale. So you're better off bringing in 10 new products, a few units of each, than you are trying to pick one super good product and bringing in 50 units. Diversification is the key to product expansion. You've got to diversify your product line. Then when you find your winners, you can reorder. We call this basically test marketing. You're going to assess your customer response, you're going to expand on the winners, and you're going to look then for new products related to your brand new product stars. So it's really a process of gathering information, putting together a abundant list of ideas for product expansion, and then chunking away each month, bringing some new products into your store, figuring out which ones work for you, and then reordering the ones that work for you and expanding on those as well. So I have an action assignment for everyone today. Number one, I want you to go back to last year's sales. If that's too overwhelming, let's just go back to last quarter's sales. I want you to identify the top 20% of your proven products. Then, using what you've learned in the webinar today, I want you to expand on what's selling well. I really want you to start living the product sourcing mindset. Start reading what your customers are reading. Go to the websites that they frequent. If you sell in the boating category, find a forum of boat owners who are buying the accessories that you're selling and listen to what they're talking about. This is such valuable market research. People say, I don't have time for that. Well, here's the thing. You can either research it on the front end so that you can make an informed product sourcing decision, or you can just kind of throw caution to the wind, source it, hope it works, and end up marking it down on the back end. I'd rather have you make the profits for that work that you put into it. Tap into product trends if you want to differentiate yourself from the competition. If you want to stay ahead of them, you have got to be ahead of the product trends so that you're the one who's bringing these new styles and products to the marketplace, as opposed to the Me Too marketers who go, oh, look at that selling really well. I want to sell that too. You don't want to be that person. You want to be the person that your competitor says, wow, how did they find out about that product? I wish I'd known about that 6 months ago. I could have made a fortune. You want to be the person who is finding those products. Always test market, diversify, bring in small quantities, and most importantly, do this on a monthly basis. Put it in your schedule so that you are adding new products, test marketing new products every month. Ideally, you're going to be test marketing, and it depends on how big of a business you are. You're going to be test marketing minimum 4 new products a month. If you're a big business, some big businesses are test marketing 20 new products a month, and they're out of that coming away with 10 winners that they then reorder, and that becomes part of their product line expansion. So, Crystal, I know I ran a little bit over time. I'm going to put up our last slide, and then I don't know if you've got some questions there. I just want to quickly share with people what we're looking at here. If you'd like to contact me, best way to contact me is through my support desk at support@whatdoisellsupport.com. I publish on a regular basis product trends, some of which we talked about today, over at our Facebook page at facebook.com/whatdoisellfan. And we are just launching a brand new newsletter on March 1st called Smart Sourcing Tips, where I'm going to be sending out weekly tips to source better products, improve your product line, source more profitable products, and I'm also going to be tipping you on some of the cool new trends. For those of you who want to really get involved, we just touched the tip of it today, who really want to learn how to expand your product line and source better products, do market research. There's tons of sourcing resources. So much that I couldn't cover today. We have 2 courses, Sourcing Products Wholesale to Sell on Amazon, which you can find at lisasatora.com/sourcing. This course is the only course on the marketplace dedicated specifically to doing product market research on Amazon and sourcing products specifically for the Amazon marketplace. There was an award for people. We've had multi-million-dollar business owners come in here and expand their product lines, but the way it's set up is that even if you're just getting started, you can use the beginner information to get started, and then as your business grows, come back and start to use the more advanced information to continue to expand your business. For eBay and website owners, we have our Power of 10 product sourcing course, which focuses on building the product line. So 2 different courses, because sourcing for Amazon really is a different ballgame than sourcing for eBay or for your website. So Crystal, I know we're right at the 12 o'clock hour. Do we have time to take some questions?
We do. Lisa, I want to thank you so very much. It was very informative, and I really hope that the people in the audience got a lot out of it. And I'm glad that you put up your slide at the end, because I definitely wanted to let them know where they could find you. We do have a few questions. First, I want to shout out to Ed in Wisconsin, who was running late because he was under a foot of snow and he's shoveling out. He had asked, will there be a replay available? And the answer is yes. We're recording this, and a ton of people asked this question. So we're recording this, and we'll make sure that we send all attendees out a copy so you can review some of the slides in your leisure. A ton of people asked this. I have a really interesting question from John. Hi, Lisa. I currently sell very specific electronic accessories, which we have trademarked and branded. The profit margin and sales volume is great. However, because of the nature of the product, we have an extremely high return rate, and I spend 4 to 8 hours a day on technical support. This is sucking away my time. I've updated the instructions, descriptions, facts on the website, Amazon, eBay, but customers tend not to read this, and we get up to 100 emails a day. Should I get out of this product line? If not, what can I do to get my time back?
Wow. Well, first thing, first thing, congratulations on creating a successful product. You've got to look at the money that you're making on this product versus the time it takes to support it and the cost of returns. So all things considered, I mean, the first thing I will say is that as CEO of the company, you absolutely need to get out of doing the support and you need to outsource that. Use a virtual assistant, bring someone in, but even still, 6 hours a day of support, if you're even paying someone minimum wage, that's a lot of money for supporting a product. So unless this product is making so much money that by factoring in the cost of bringing someone in to do support on this product and by factoring in the returns, once you factor those two things in, if you're still saying, you know what, we're still making a lot of money because, branded electronics, if it's someone else's brand, you're basically making, if you're lucky, 3, maybe 8%. So if you have your own brand of electronics, you're making much higher margins. So when you run all the numbers and you say, you know what, even though these products are difficult to support, we're still making a lot of money, then I would stay in that product line. One of the things you might look at is to see whatever the cause of the returns is, if there's something you can do to re-engineer the product or tweak the product so that whatever is causing the problem is not causing so many returns. Ultimately, you're going to, if you say, I'm just tired of this, then the next thing, and I love what you're doing, getting your own products and branding them, that is actually one of the biggest opportunities on the web right now. The next step would be to find another product. You know how to do the process of branding and creating your own product, manufacturing your own product or having it manufactured. The next thing I would do is, if you're just like, I'm just done with this, is take what you've learned with this product line and go out there and apply everything that you've done, but get into a different product category that is not so heavy on returns and customer support. Because you can leverage your knowledge. And I have clients who do what you do in terms of selling branded products, their own brand, they're importing them, and they do very, very well. And they actually are in multiple product categories. So it's definitely doable. Great question.
Okay. Thank you, Lisa. It was very interesting. How about doing this with drop shippers?
So drop shippers are an interesting topic. First of all, just for everyone who's listening, because a lot of people think there's like this mythical drop shipper in the Midwest who has like all these products that you could just call them up and say, yeah, will you drop ship this for me? And you're going to make a lot of money. If you're on Amazon, if you're on eBay, you have to be very, very, very careful with drop shipping because of the seller performance requirements of both of those marketplaces. If you have a website, you are going to have a much easier time of using a company that drop ships, which is basically a wholesale supplier who has agreed to ship the product to the customer directly. You're going to have an easier time of it because you can set your customer service expectations. So for those of you who are new and considering drop shipping, I highly, highly recommend that you carry your own inventory first because of the problems you run into with drop shipping, like product isn't delivered on time, boom, there goes your DSRs on eBay. Product comes poorly packaged, boom, there goes your DSRs or your ratings on Amazon. If you have a supplier who's willing to drop ship, test them, not just once, but multiple times. You order something from them, your friends order something from them, and make sure that consistently they are meeting their delivery turnaround time and that their packaging is representing your business the way you want it to be represented. If you have a prior relationship with a supplier and you trust them and you can talk to them, you can also, and I recommend this, tell them, I'm selling this product on Amazon and if this is not drop shipped in a timely fashion, it's going to hurt my Amazon seller account. You don't want to lose your account over a drop shipper who doesn't drop ship properly. So those are the kind of the warnings for those of you. I mean, there are people who make it work, but these people know the suppliers, they trust them, the suppliers have proven themselves to be reliable. So be very, 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 very careful with drop shipping in the marketplaces.
Thank you, Lisa. John had mentioned, or someone else, that they did find that the dog treadmill is real, and there are tons of them with good sales rank at Amazon. So the next question is, I've had a lot of luck locating suppliers and manufacturers, but generally their quote-unquote wholesale prices leave little room for profit. Often their quote-unquote wholesale price is more than the price on Amazon. How do I avoid this frustrating situation?
Well, the first thing I want to make sure is that you're dealing with real wholesale suppliers and not what we call middlemen. So the way you know you're dealing with the real wholesale suppliers, if you've actually contacted the manufacturer of the product and you're either getting the pricing directly from them or the manufacturer has given you the authorized reseller of that product. If you're going to the web and looking for wholesalers, there's tons of websites out there who aren't real wholesalers. They're retailers and they're buying wholesale. They put up a website saying, we're going to sell this to you at wholesale costs, and you come along and find it. They tend to court eBay and Amazon sellers, and they're marking the product up, and then they are trying to sell it to you. Now, in the event that you are working with legitimate wholesale suppliers, but the products that you're looking at, and by the way, I should say when you're looking at these products, look at products in the minimum $25 to $30 retail range. Don't get caught up in selling $10 retail products. There's just not enough room in there for profit margin. But if you are working with legitimate wholesale suppliers and you're still not finding enough margins, it sounds, and of course, without knowing specifically what you're sourcing, it may be a situation where you are surface sourcing, meaning you're looking for the most common products and you're not going enough vertical in that product category. So if it's something where you're competing with Amazon, or if it's something where on eBay somebody is selling them at just above cost, in that case, there's nothing you can do about that particular product. You have to keep looking. There's 2 million sellers on Amazon. There's several million or a couple million sellers on eBay. Most Amazon sellers are selling via wholesale. So if you aren't finding the margins that you want, you have to keep looking. And usually, rule of thumb, you got to go through about 30 plus products to find one that's going to work for you in a marketplace. It sounds like a lot, but some of these supplier catalogs have 200-300 items in them. The other thing that you can do is a supplier price is negotiable. So if you see a product and you really do want to sell it, talk to your supplier and say, I'm really interested in retailing your product, but these numbers aren't working for me. Is there something, can you do any better? And oftentimes the supplier, maybe they can offer free shipping, they can offer you a volume discount. Sometimes they'll say, no, this is the best I can do. But if you're a really serious business and you're really serious about selling this product, put it out there and just say, open the discussion. Say, these numbers just don't work for me. Don't say, I can't make money on this. You have to put it out there like, I want to sell this. The numbers don't work for me. Is there anything that you can do better on the pricing? And then put the onus on the supplier to come back and say, well, I can do this. But here's the thing, you've got to have a number in your head as to what that pricing has to be. So if he says, I can give you 20%, you need to know if 20% is going to make it for you.
Perfect. Great answer. I'm going to do one more question, and I'm going to combine it because there's two that the gentleman asked, Tony. Is Alibaba a good source for products, and what is the best way to find wholesalers? Kind of combine that into one answer.
So, Crystal, can I say that Alibaba owns Vendio?
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
a disclaimer here. So yeah, actually Alibaba, I have many clients and students who work with Alibaba, both Alibaba and AliExpress. The thing you have to understand about Alibaba is that this is a portal to thousands of manufacturers in China and in multiple places, not just China. And so you need to know that what you're looking at is very specific requirements for the seller that you want to do business with. And Crystal, you guys probably have, and I know Alibaba has a lot of resources about how to pick suppliers. But just,
Exactly.
a couple things I will say. First of all, importing is now very much more accessible to an independent online merchant than it was even 4 or 5 years ago, in part because of Alibaba and the way that they have made it easier to do importing and to deal with suppliers in China. You always want to ask for samples of the products before you decide to sell them. You always want to follow the importing regulations to a T, and again, that could be a whole nother class, but you want to make sure that you do your due diligence. You don't want to just place a big order without finding out if you can sell this product in the United States, if it's properly tagged. And before you place a big order and send your money, you want to make sure that the product is what you want, that it's the quality that you want. And all of the suppliers in China will either send you for free, or sometimes you have to pay very, very minimal costs. They will send you a sample of the product that you want to buy. So this is just a super, super initial getting started about, is Alibaba a good source for products? Yeah, I mean, there's millions of products that you can import.
Millions.
You need to learn about importing, whether you're importing from Alibaba or any other importer that you didn't find through Alibaba. You need to really do your due diligence and learn that importing process. But it can be a very profitable and a much easier process than it used to be.
Thank you, Lisa, for that. I want to thank everyone for attending today's webinar, and I especially want to thank Lisa Satora for being here. Please check out our website at whatdoisell.com. She is a wealth of information, and we really appreciate her coming out. And there are a lot of thank yous in the question section. So, Lisa, thank you so very much. Thank everyone, and thank you for joining us. And we hope to see you at our next webinar.